Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Culinary Journey Through New England virtual introduction meeting. This trip is going to take place October 4th through the 10th, 2025. I do need to let everyone know we're recording the session and we will be posting it online at a later date. You should also have a control panel somewhere on your screen. You can find the brochure for this trip as well as the registration form. And then there's also a section in that control panel where you can ask questions. So I want to take a real quick minute to introduce our newest Vista Club coordinator, Amy Spears. She is joining us from the Streeter branch. And Amy will be taking care of planning the trips for the South region. So we're really excited to have Amy and glad that she's a part of our team. And then we also have Sherry Gabora with us from Mayflower Cruises and Tours, and most of you know Sherry. So we are going to jump right into this. We're going to go ahead and turn off our cameras and mute ourselves and let Sherry tell us all about this trip.
Hello, everyone. All right, I am going to turn off my camera there. Well, thank you so much. I am happy to be able to present to you one of the great travel opportunities that we have planned with the Vista Club, First State Bank Vista Club for 2025. So our culinary journey is a 7-day tour, as Beth mentioned, a culinary journey through New England featuring a taste of 4 New England states. So October 4th through the 10th, a 7-day journey. We're going to fly from Chicago to Boston, Massachusetts. From there, we're going to travel up north to Maine, and then we're going to head over to Vermont for a couple of nights, then back down through Massachusetts and into Rhode Island for our final 2 nights. From there, we'll motor coach back up to Boston for our flights back home to Chicago. So welcome to Boston, Massachusetts. So this is where you're going to meet your Mayflower tour manager. You're going to have your first overnight here and just enjoy your free time in Boston, Massachusetts as we start our culinary journey. Then we're on to day 2. We're going to depart Boston, and here we're going to travel to coastal Maine, and more specifically, Portland, Maine. We'll enjoy a guided tour of Portland, Maine. We'll see the city, including the Longfellow home. We'll see the Eastern Promenade and the Western Promenade. So 2 completely different views of this area. After Portland, we're going to travel to Perkins Cove here in Maine. And this is where you're going to be greeted by the sights of lobster boats. They're going to here to welcome you into this area, and we're going to get the opportunity to board the finest kind lobster pulling cruise. Here it is. We're going to learn about Maine lobster fishing. It is a specialty of the region. Learn how they capture the lobsters. I can see you guys there holding your own personal lobsters on this trip. Your culinary journey then is going to continue. We're going to stop at Stonewall Kitchens. And Stonewall Kitchens, they produce some of Maine's blueberry preserves, many other jams and jellies here. So lots of great samples and foods that you can get here at Stonewall Kitchen. We're going to stop at one of the most photographed lighthouses in Maine. This is the Nubble Lighthouse. It is actually still used today, so this really gives you the feel and the views of New England. Now remember earlier we learned about lobster pulling, so I think it's only fitting that we do have a delicious Maine lobster dinner because this is our culinary journey. We're going to sample all the delicacies here. So we'll experience a true lobster bake and feast on this Maine delicacy. It is only day 3 here. We've had done so much already, but we're going to continue our way through the Green Mountains and into Vermont. So we're going to see Keachie Gorge on our travels, and we're going to stop at the Keachie Gorge Village. And here again is another wonderful culinary treat because you're going to see the area's largest selection of maple syrup, cheese. They've got craft beer, cider, all Vermont made products here on your journey. We're going to visit Billings Farm and Museum. So we're going for a farm visit. You're going to learn about the history of a Vermont hillside dairy farm. So this is a dairy farm here. Also see some other wildlife. You'll see some of the farm exhibits in the museum. And then we're going to check into our home for 2 nights. This is the Lake Maury Resort. And, you know, as we've mentioned, you are on a culinary journey. So we do have a great group dinner included this evening at a local restaurant. It's going to feature locally grown and raised products. So a wonderful meal is going to be served for you. In fact, with 14 meals, you will have breakfast and dinner is included every day, except for that first night in Boston. And then there's also 3 lunches included. So like I said, a total of 14 meals on your culinary journey through New England. We're going to spend day 4 touring Vermont. You're going to visit Vermont's state capital. We're going to visit the Morse Sugar Farm. And here we're going to learn about maple syruping, maple sugaring, do a little bit of tasting. And of course, you're going to want to try their traditional sugar on snow, where they pour maple syrup over that ice snow, kind of like our version of a snow cone. You're going to enjoy some free time in the town for lunch and shopping while you're in the area. And then our next stop on the culinary journey is going to be at Cold Hollow Cider Mill. And here you're going to see the production of their cider and taste some of their apple products. I love the apple donuts there. So I know our bellies are going to be filled, or you're also going to be filling your suitcases on this great New England treats that you'll be bringing home. Now you're in Vermont and you're on a culinary journey. So this is Beth's favorite, I understand. We are going to stop at Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream Factory. Ben & Jerry's first scoop shop actually opened on May 5th, 1978. So we've had a full day of sampling today. We've got another wonderful group dinner planned for you at a local restaurant that evening. It's day 5. We're going to say goodbye to Vermont, and we're going to visit our 3rd New England state, Massachusetts. So we're back into Massachusetts now, and we're going to stop at the Deerfield to visit the Yankee Candle Factory. We'll enjoy a little bit of shopping. I mean, who doesn't love a good candle? I know even the men in my house love the candles, though our scents may differ a little bit, but we all have our love for candles. Our next stop in Massachusetts, historic Sturbridge Village. And this is going to make you feel like you've stepped back in time. It's a recreated 1830s rural New England town. We'll have time to be able to explore the area, the historical buildings, maybe chat with some costume historians as they work with their tasks of the past. Be inspired by their stories of early 19th century rural New England life. We're going to have a special colonial cooking demonstration while we visit Sturbridge. And I'm sure that that's going to make you hungry because we've got an included lunch after at the Billiards Tavern area. So we'll have a tavern lunch here in Historic Village. Then we are on to our final New England state, Rhode Island, and the Middleton Newport area is going to be our home for the final 2 nights. We've got more food, because an included dinner with your Vista Club friends is planned for this evening. Then we've got our last day of our New England culinary journey. It's day 6. We've got a local guide who's going to join us for a tour of Newport, including the downtown area as you see pictured here. We're also going to see Fort Adams and the Narragansett Bay. We'll travel along Bellevue Avenue. You can see the elite and the beautiful homes along the avenue. Now we have a few more culinary experiences for you to top off your trip through New England. So our next stop is going to be at an oyster farm. And here we're going to learn about oyster farming. And then we've got a delicious lunch planned featuring some local seafood. We're going to end the day with a visit to Greenvale Vineyards. Here you're going to be able to enjoy a guided tour and of course some wine tasting to top off our culinary trip. And then your Mayflower tour manager We'll host a farewell dinner for you, your final night in New England. On the 7th day, we're going to motor coach back to Boston for our returning flights to Chicago. So if you're not hungry yet, then join us and join the Vista Club on October 4th. The per person rates that you see there on your screen or in the brochure, that includes your round trip airfare from Chicago. Of course, you'll be joined by the Vista Club, a representative from the Vista Club. You'll have your Mayflower tour manager throughout, as well as the local guides and historians that will join you with your 7 days and 14 meals. Mayflower is also offering an optional traveler's protection plan for you to be able to protect your travel investment. So the cost of that traveler's protection plan is $349. That would need to be purchased at time of making your reservation there to make sure that we cover all pre-existing conditions. And with Mayflower's travel protection plan, if you needed to cancel for any reason, at least the day before departure, you would get all of your monies back, less the cost of that traveler's protection. So less that $349 per person. So hopefully you're ready to start making your reservations for this culinary journey with the Vista Club. So you'll want to fill out the reservation forms, turn those in along with a $200 per person deposit to secure your spot here. And then if you're purchasing that traveler's protection plan, well, the deposit that you would make with your reservation would be $549 to include that traveler's protection plan. Our final payment isn't due for well over a year, so plenty of time to save your travel dollars for this adventure. And I just want to remind everybody, because I know so many of you have traveled with Mayflower, or maybe you're going on our Danube cruise here in a couple of months, where you will be earning loyalty rewards. So if you've got any previous valid loyalty rewards, or if you're going on the Danube cruise, you'll be receiving $150 in loyalty rewards. And you can use that money to apply towards your next trip. Or maybe if you're going to Kenya, you'll have $100 worth of loyalty rewards. So have those loyalty rewards, turn those into the Vista Club so you can get that additional savings on this trip. So thank you very much, Beth. It's a quick one with the 7-day. If anybody's got questions, or Beth, you want to come back and join us?
Yes, no, it looks great. And of course, Ben & Jerry's is top of my list for sure. Anybody that knows me knows I love chocolate and ice cream. So it's worth it just for that stop, I tell you. But that looks amazing.
I agree with you. I'll take the ice cream over the lobster, but hey.
Yeah, I know. Nice, I'm right there. I think they even have a Ben & Jerry's graveyard, I understand, where all the old flavors are buried. You know, yeah. So. But we would like to go ahead and open this for questions. If anyone has a question, you can either raise your hand and I will unmute you, or you can type the question into the question box. And Sherry would be happy to answer any questions. We'll give it a minute or two.
Yeah, it's pretty down and dirty. It's a wonderful trip. I had so much fun preparing the presentation and learning about all the wonderful fun culinary things, and it's a great time to be in New England as well.
Yeah, and it is a relatively new tour, is it not?
It is a brand new tour. Yes. Okay. We love the culinary concept behind it. Little different way to travel.
It does look awesome. Yeah, food, I get along with food really well. Well, I'm not seeing any questions. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us later. But just to let you know, we are opening reservations for this trip today. The in-person reservations will start at 1 o'clock. So the locations that will be taking in-person reservations, Mark Sheffer is down in Bloomington. The address of that location is 502 North Hershey, and he will be there until 3 o'clock taking reservations. Also, we have Kat down there, the branch manager. So if you go in on a day that Mark is not there, You can always feel free to speak with Kat or Sam. Either one of them can help you as well. Amy Spears will be in Streeter. The address of the Streeter branch is 115 Plaza Drive. It's right in front of Walmart in Streeter, and she'll be there all day. And then I will be out here at Plaza at 1403 13th Avenue in Mendota, which is next to McDonald's and near Sullivan's. Tomorrow we will open up the email and phone reservations. So today is in person starting at 1. Tomorrow everything else will open. But I think that pretty much wraps it up. I still don't see any questions. So yeah. All right. Well, we hope you join us.
Thank you very much, everybody. I look forward to seeing those of you who will be on the river cruise later this month, or later in a couple of months.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Appreciate you chiming in.
Bye.
Bye.